Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. I'm Malik, and this is We Reflect the Light. This is where we look at current events that are taking place in the world today through the lens of the unsealed scriptures of the Bible that gives us detailed information on what is taking place in the world today and what is going to take place in the world in the near future from the unsealed scriptures of the Bible. Sisters and brothers, we are at war. Today, presentation, we're going to give the understanding to where we are right now in the war in heaven, in the war between Iran and false Israel, America, and Britain and the Gulf states. Now, these nations are the nations that have came together in the attack on Iran. The three nuclear powered countries, Britain, false Israel, and America, as well as the Gulf states. Sisters and brothers, the war in heaven, as we have continued to share, the outcome of this war will result in America and Britain and the House of Saudi Arabia being thrown out of Arabia. False Israel will be sieged and then utterly destroyed. Sisters and brothers, the war as of now is being watched intensely by all the nations, and the outcome of this war is affecting, the war itself is affecting the all the nations and their economies. The war is going to balloon out of all restraint by Iran. And any further escalation by false Israel in America, Iran is going to destroy much of the Middle East, which will cause an effect on the nations that will bring nations' economy to a screeching halt, causing an economic collapse, which will bring nations to a life and death situation. Sisters and brothers, without a functioning economy in this world, it will cause people their jobs, which is in this world their way of life, their way to provide for their families, their way to pay their bills, their expenses, and their way to eat. Their livelihood will be under attack or brought to a halt. Right, sisters and brothers. Now, Excuse me. America is being watched by the nations, by its alliances, and they're watching Donald Trump keep pushing for escalation in this war against Iran that is causing a further strain on their economies, on the world economy, by Iran closing of the Strait of Hormuz, which 20% of the world's natural gas and crude oil moves through, and other goods that is needed by many nations to fuel their economies. Now, sisters and brothers, what we're witnessing is the war in heaven. Now, many people of our people think that, heaven is somewhere out in the ether, out in the sky, somewhere up in the heavens, in the sky, it's outer space. And you can only get there after being dead, after death. Sisters and brothers, this war that we're witnessing is taking place in heaven, in the holiest place, considered the holy place of the world. Now, in Scripture, it lets us know where heaven is. This is where the world, this is the place of where the war, the world is watching this war take place at. This war in heaven. All right, sisters and brothers. Now, this war in heaven is the players, the dragon. The dragon is the house of Saudi Arabia. And his angels, or the angels of the dragon, are Britain, false Israel, and America. Now, sisters and brothers, there's no coincidence in what we're witnessing. There's no coincidence in the dragon and his angels being sheared by the messenger of the covenant far in advance who these characters are. Now, there's no coincidence why Iran, who is Michael's and his angels, Iran and Syria, why Iran is at war with the dragon and his angels. Now, there's no coincidence in that, sisters and brothers. These are the nations that have collectively entered into a war of aggression against Iran. False Israel, America, Britain, and Saudi Arabia, the House of Saud, as well as the Gulf state, the Sunni royal family regimes. Now, sisters and brothers, let me do this over a little bit. All right. Now, the scripture shares with us Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 through 9, and occurred war in the heaven. The Michael, who was Master Farah Muhammad, and the angels of him. His angels are Iran and Syria. Other to war with the dragon. So they're going to war with the dragon. And the dragon warred and the angels of it. Now, that's what we're witnessing. Iran, which is one of Michael's angels, they're at war with the dragon and the angels of the dragon, who are false Israel, America, and Britain. The dragon is the house of Sod. Now, sisters and brothers, let's finish this. And not it proved strong. Not but place was found of them yet in the heaven, and was thrown the dragon, the great, the serpent, the archaic, the being called devil, and the Satan, the making to err, the being inhabited whole. He was thrown into the earth, and the angels of him with him were thrown. Now, sisters and brothers, this is sharing that the dragon and his angels were thrown into the earth. They were thrown out of heaven and not proved strong, not but place was found of them, so yet in the heaven. So the outcome of this war, America, Britain and false Israel, and the dragon will be thrown out of heaven. There will be no place in heaven found of them. Now, sisters and brothers, what we're witnessing, we have been given details on what would take place, what will happen from the unsealed scriptures that will cause us to be right where we are today. Now, sisters and brothers, before October 7th, 2023, before the abomination of desolation or the war began on the attack by Hamas on false Israel, now, before Netanyahu spoke at the UN spoke on the peace and safety agreement that false Israel and the House of Saudi Arabia had agreed to. This information of the war, the participants, the characters, the participants, and the outcome was already been given. Sisters and brothers, this information from the unsealed scriptures has been given in details of what was coming before it happened. You have been kept up to date and ahead of time to what is going to happen. Not from someone's opinion. Not one of these number of analysts that is giving you an opinion of their analyzation of what they think may happen. Sisters and brothers, all these things are coming to you after the fact. Louis Farrakhan is coming to you after the fact, as if they're giving you any information. Sisters and brothers, Joshua, the Messiah, Daniel, the prophet, Master Suleiman, the breaker of the seven seals, has given us the understanding of what we're witnessing, the knowledge in detail from the unsealed scriptures of the Bible, from Revelations, the angel, the gospel of Revelations. Sisters and brothers, now, as the world watches on and the world's economy are crashing, nations are feeling the effects of the Strait of Hormuz being closed. nations are watching and asking themselves, why is America insisting to keep pushing when America interest is not in, let me say it like this. Let me say that. When America interest, let's say that, is not in it's not benefited by this war. America's allies are not benefited by this war. Actually, it's hurting their allies, America's allies, and the nations around the world by continuing to push for this war of aggression on Iran. Now, sisters and brothers, that is the question on many of their minds. Why? And the American people, let me say it like this. The people of America, in America, are not pushing or backing this war. They don't see Iran as a threat, or nor do they see the reason why Donald Trump is attacking Iran. However, they do understand, and the nations are watching this war of aggression that is being caused or spearheaded by false Israel. Now, this sisters and brothers, false Israel is pushing America to attack Iran. In the Middle East, Iran is the only threat stopping false Israel in its genocide and greater Israel project. So, Netanyahu has let me say it like this. False Israel has power over America and American politics. The Zionists, have their implanted officials in American politics and the American government and throughout other nations as well. However, Netanyahu and his cabinet understands where the world is right now. Sisters and brothers, the truth that is being shared by the messenger of the covenant, being reflected by myself and others, is providing a perfect detailed message to God's chosen people. This message is what is going to take place, and now what is taking place and going to take place, and the outcome of what's taking place and things to come that will take place after what you're witnessing in detail being given. Sisters and brothers, is being heard and resonated on. The scriptures are being fulfilled in front of the world. That resonate with the people. Sisters and brothers, this war has came to the point of affecting the world. Now, why is America having problems with coming to a solution with Iran? And even if America said or made an agreement with Iran, how that agreement wouldn't stop false Israel from proceeding with the war. Sisters and brothers, false Israel's greater Israel plan is to take control of the Middle East, which will give false Israel full control over the European nations. Because false Israel would be holding the breadbasket of the nation's economy, and especially Europe's, China's, Japan's, these different Asian nations all over the globe. And this will give false Israel a strengthens false Israel's hand over America as well. Sisters and brothers, America is using false Israel. However, false Israel is projecting and using America as well. America and Britain set false Israel up in the Middle East to block Elijah's the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's claim of the original black man and woman in America are God's chosen people, or Abraham's seed. So America and Britain, as well as the House of Side, know and America and Britain has set up this lie, this thief of God's chosen people. So, and have shared that false Israel is God's chosen people. Knowing that America and Britain set false Israel up to counter the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's claim. Now, sisters and brothers, America is backing false Israel. False Israel could not stand without the backing of America and the use of America's military and military weaponry. Now, this is why America has to protect false Israel, because they're protecting the Zionist Christian theology, or their eschatology of the sealed Bible. Sisters and brothers, stating that false Israel are God's chosen people, and that false Israel was set up in the Middle East to fulfill the Abrahamic covenant. Now, sisters and brothers, that is how, and that is why America must keep on pressing Iran. False Israel is pressing against America because false Israel needs and has to make its move to create the greater Israel, which is to control the Middle East. America is protecting false Israel to protect this religious eschatology that they're using to block God's chosen people, the original black man and woman here in America. Now, America knows their time is short. 2020 was a sign, sisters and brothers, that using reality and math can easily be understood. Now, some may not agree because they don't have the understanding to calculate or the brain to calculate and give them the understanding of what's taking place. However, the math that is being presented as well in what is being shared cannot be, denied. 2020 came in after the 400-year period of the original black man and woman's sojourn here in America. After our affliction and enslavement, that was officially brought in 1619. So from 1619 to 2019 was 400 years. So many can deny the truth. Well, let me say it like this. The math tells gives facts that stand on their own. Now, 1619 to 2019 is 400 years. And after the 400-year period, 2020 came in with a plague. A plague that killed the firstborn of America. Of the Caucasian nations. And it went all over the globe. They called it COVID-19, sisters and brothers. This plague was recognized by false Israel and others. False Israel celebrates what they call the Passover every year. Now in the scripture, it tells what the Passover is. They're celebrating the plague passing them over. Now, meaning that the plague did not affect them in this ritual that they claim that they're celebrating for what has happened or transpired thousands of years ago. Sisters and brothers, false Israel was not passed over by the plague. America was not passed over by the plague. The Caucasian nations all over the world, Caucasian nations, the plague, COVID-19, decimated the nations. And pass over the original people of the planet. Now, this Passover, sisters and brothers, why they witnessed it? Because the World Health Organization and China said, we think that black people are immune to the virus. We've noticed in black, what they call black, or original nations all over the planet, there's no large outbreaks of the virus. They're not acceptable to the virus. They may carry the virus, however, the symptoms is not affecting them. And if some are affected, the symptoms are very mild. They're not social distancing. They're not wearing masks. So, understanding the math, the 1619 to 2019, understanding the 400-year period was over, and the plague that was killing what Scripture called the firstborn, sisters and brothers, which are the elderly because they were born first. The plague was particularly killing the elderly. Now, sisters and brothers, false Israel has stolen our identity. And are claiming to be us. They have been made rich by claiming that they are God's chosen people. And for the world to bless Israel, and whoever blesses Israel is blessed, and whoever curseth Israel is cursed. Sisters and brothers, so they've been blessed by stealing our identity. Now, let's see where we are on time. Sisters and brothers, this is why America has to back. This is the reason, the biblical reason, the scripture reason. Now, if we're looking at Trump, Netanyahu, sisters and brothers, Trump is in, they call him a narcissist. Really, he just money hungry. in the Strait of Hormuz, in their meeting, Trump was pushing for a piece of the pie, a piece of the to be added in to get a piece of the toll that Iran is charging the ships. Now, Trump is also planning on building in Gaza, and that's his mind state. He's money hungry. He's planning on developing Trump Towers or Trump hotels and this lavish resort on in Gaza. So there's no telling he may even be promised some kickback from false Israel or BB's quest of the greater Israel, if it could be achieved. However, sisters and brothers, false Israel is going to be first to be destroyed, because that lie, their eschatology, this religious eschatology that false Israel is the true seed of Abraham, is going to be removed so that the original black man and woman in America will know without a shadow of a doubt who we are. That block, that lie is going to be removed first. Now, sisters and brothers, as well as false Israel being blessed by stealing our identity, the house of Saudi Arabia, is being blessed as well. Blessed by claiming and sitting and reaping the benefit from the spoils of our land. Arabia is the promised land. Again, sisters and brothers, this area, the best part of the planet Earth, this is what Scripture calls heaven, What is in Arabia? The all the whole they count that's the holiest places on the planet, as they say. You have Mecca, Arabia. Now, sisters and brothers, ask why this war in heaven is being shared with us. This is the war in heaven. Now, America has us in America. They still have their foot on God's chosen people's neck. This is what Scripture calls Egypt. America. This is where they refuse to let God's chosen people go. Sisters and brothers, we are that nation whom have been enslaved and afflicted for 400 years. And the 400-year period is up. And this war has been shared with us in detail now by the messenger of the covenant, Joshua, the breaker of the seven seals, Master Suleiman, that we're about to witness an escalation any day, any moment from Iran. Iran has stated they already have shared that America has breached their agreements. America has committed piracy in international waters, and that Iran are going to take action on America for this piracy. Now, they've also shared, sisters and brothers, Iran, that in any further aggression carried out against Iran, that Iran is going to destroy meaning, let me say, destroy the Middle East. Not the whole, the flow of oil. So Iran has stated that they would attack every valuable asset throughout the Middle East in the Gulf states. It and will also annihilate false Israel. Sisters and brothers, the Gulf Arab states are in cahoots with Donald Trump, with America. They house American facilities, American military, and they pay America. And this is a known fact that Saudi Arabia has contributed or promised $1 trillion to the American economy on behalf of America's intervention or push or to keep the war going against Iran. Now, sisters and brothers, this is what we're witnessing. Now, see, I'm going to say this. False Israel, the dragon, which is Saudi Arabia. This is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. They are in bed with America and false Israel. These countries have allowed access to their airspace, access to their grounds, to their land, for America to carry out these strikes or attacks on Iran. Iran, sisters and brothers, has stated that they are going to annihilate these countries that assist America and false Israel in attacking Iran. that have assisted. Iran has stated that in the escalation, this next phase or next attack, that they're going to destroy the world's oil supply, which is going to cause the world collapse. It's going to affect the world as a whole, sisters and brothers, which is going to bring a halt, bring the economies in this world as you know it to a screeching stop. Sisters and brothers, this is going to affect us as a people, as individuals. This is going to affect your workplace. It's going to affect you in every way. This next step that Iran will take, the destruction of the Middle East, is catastrophic to the world economy. It's catastrophic to the flow of materials and goods throughout the world. And once this next phase begins, there's no turning back. There's no quick fix to the problem. Sisters and brothers, and the nations are watching and know they're going to blame America for pushing Iran to this move. However, sisters and brothers, there's no recovery for this world as we know it. Suffering, famine, and cannibalism is going to quickly come up on us. These things are not going to take a long time to surface, to be dealt with. Sisters and brothers, if you're paying attention and you see that if and it is $7 gas in California, and if it's $7 gas in California, there has to be $6 to $7 gas in Connecticut, which is pretty much close to the gas prices in California. This is an astronomical jump in gas pricing from 2 months ago when gas were going for $2.50 a gallon. Gas was going for 85 something, 65 to $85 a barrel, which is over $100 a barrel as we speak. Sisters and brothers, we have to understand, and we have been given a detailed message of what is going to take place before it takes place. These things has been given to us before this whole message. Characters, participants, the outcome of how it will begin, what would cause the when they say peace and safety. We've been shown what did Benjamin Netanyahu go to the UN claiming before the October 7th event? Peace and safety. Sisters and brothers, there's no coming back from this escalation when Iran makes its move. There's no quick fix to the oil and gas problem that will hit the world overnight, that will affect the world overnight, will bring an astronomical effect on the world as you live in, because there's no quick fix. There's no answer to not having access to the lifeline, to the economic lifeline of, that is, crude oil and gas. Energy source, the energy that it takes for the nations to function. So you think, you're not going to be able to get things that you receive on a daily from other nations. All these things, this is a total collapse that is going to take place in your face, in our face, in our midst immediately, sisters and brothers. That is why we have been sharing with you we're reflecting the light, the truth of the only light, the only truth that is the only truth that is being spoken or given to you from the unsealed scriptures of the Bible by the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, Master Suleiman, Joshua, Master Suleiman, Daniel the prophet, Joshua the Messiah. Sisters and brothers, this is what will happen any day. Any day now. And it's going to immediately start a domino effect throughout the nations of the world, which will that will reach your doorstep, that will reach your life. Sisters and brothers, it was something. This war, the effect slipping my mind. I have to come back soon. As soon as it comes back to me, I got the idea. I just can't. However, sisters and brothers, this is what we're witnessing, and it's directly connected to us, to God's chosen people. This is the event that is going to bring this reality to a screeching halt. Sisters and brothers, this event, this next phase, this next step a economic collapse in the world, sisters and brothers, the effect that it's going to have on false Israel. The nations are going, what is taking place in the Middle East, throughout Asia, throughout Europe, men's hearts will be failing from fear of what's coming up on the earth? What's coming up on them? So what you're seeing in the Middle East and what you're going to be witnessing around the world, that's what's coming to America, to your doorstep. That what you're going to be witnessing: famine, and cannibalism. Sisters and brothers, they only need a justification to justify their minds. They've always called us animals. They've always labeled us animals. In their Constitution, we are labeled 3/5 of a human. So we're seen as animals to them. Sisters and brothers, that's the justification, the inkling of justification that they're going to need to see you as a juicy steak. Dark meat, sweet black meat. This is what's coming up on America. This is what's going to take place in a short length of time, and why we're sharing with you, sisters and brothers, to at least acquire you 30 days worth of food that will not perish. 30 days worth of food that you can snatch, take, and move around with. Because things are going to get bad. Things are going to get drastic quickly. Sisters and brothers, we're witnessing this next move that Iran takes is going to affect the world. Now, we're going to bring this to a close. Sisters and brothers, America has a plan to attack us all. False Israel plan. Well, let me say it like this. False Israel will be destroyed. America has a plan that they're going to carry out before false Israel is destroyed. When America sees that they're beat and know that they're being thrown out the Middle East, they're playing, they will begin the activation of their plan to attack all blacks, because they know when false Israel is destroyed, that is our rise. That lie that they have, that religious eschatology, that lie will be broke, and it's going to shock the world, because the world will see America for who they are. That they will know America is under judgment. America is the devil. Satan will already be, the synagogue of Satan is going down first. Sisters and brothers, we're witnessing America has set up these ICE facilities. You can't look in them. You can't take pictures. You can't go inside. But you can go inside. They have cameras rolling in jails, penitentiaries, but not in ICE facilities. They don't need warrants, probable cause. They move as if they are the law. What is this law that they've been given, or that they're holding? The law of Make America Great Again? Think on that, sisters and brothers. When was America great in their minds? When was it ever great? When we were enslaved, locked up, in shackles, beat, murdered, ate. Think about that. Ate, treated as cattle, animals, fed shit, fed out of troughs, just right like the animal, like an animal. So why is all these ICE facilities ballooning up now? And as energy sources they're anticipating this lack of energy. They're kicking in AI, which happens to take the need from many, the need for people away. The need for employees away. So those jobs and all those things that consist in, you need energy to do this and energy to get there, and we're lacking energy, and we're going to need that energy source to fight wars. We're going to have to pull back. You got think of what is taking place in your face, sisters and brothers, in reality. See, scriptures, you think these things, something's going to happen that is not reality. You're living in a mystery. Your God, this Jesus, that's a mystery. Hey, it's not real. It's make believe. And dealing in reality. When there's an economic collapse, sisters and brothers. When you're not going to be, it's not a quick fix. It's no way to patch up There's no way to patch up these pipelines to get oil. So if nations that you need things from every day, your everyday uses is coming from other nations, when you can't, nothing's moving from, what do you think? A world economic collapse. Sisters and brothers, this is what's about to take place. This is moments, days, and moments away that we're about to witness. You to understand what Iran is threatening, sisters and brothers, you will be able to easily see the truth of what's been given to you, how it's going to affect the world, how it's going to affect you, your life, your livelihood. Sisters and brothers, I'm going to bring it to a close with that. America is going to send out a national alert to kill us all before false Israel is destroyed. Look at TikTok. See how these devils talk or speak on us, or speak about us. How much they hate us. You think that, I'm going to leave it there. You really, brothers and sisters, you really think that your enemy has any penny, any sympathy for you when they know your rise is their destruction? That you're an existential threat to them. They do not. They're going to attack us. They're preserving they're going to, self-preservation is going to kick in, brothers and sisters. That's what's kicking. They're going to preserve themselves. They're going to do for them and them only with what they have. Left. So they're not going to give you anything. They have nothing. No plan is made for you but to kill you off, to kill us all, to throw us in these facilities, keep us there and use us for good meat. With that, sisters and brothers, I'm going to bring this to a close. This is what is about to take place. This information no one else is giving you. The outcome of this war, America being thrown out, and Britain and false Israel being destroyed, and the dragon being thrown. No one else is giving you this information in detail. And you're witnessing, and it was given to you before the first bomb even dropped, before the first shot was even took, far in advance. And Every detail from the unsealed scripture has emerged in your midst, in your face, exactly as it was shared. With that, I'm going to greet you in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Okay, there's window bam. That's what time it really is. I think it is. This shit. What is this? Man, what the fuck? Hold on. Cancel this. Let me see what's going on. What the? Where's the? Is this YouTube or what? It ain't even open yet. That's what it is. That's why I'm like, hold up, what's going on? This shit even ain't open yet. God damn, what is all the mo? I'm about to erase a lot of stuff off here now. Yeah, erase a lot of those damn things and clear the damn create. Oh, what is this? Hold on, wait a minute. On these uploads, which one of the things you upload on? Why is all these damn Doritos on the floor?
Did you know the meeting has started?
No.
1 o'clock. You got to leave.
Hey, okay, I thought, well, it said 2 o'clock.
No, that's
Where's the, alright. Where's my phone at? You sent the link? Okay, let me pull that up. Where the hell is my phone at? Here it is. Yes, I'm getting on. I don't need no help. I just need to get on. Okay. All I need to do is hit this, Nicolette, this. That's the joint. That's all I gotta do. Nice long. Let me get this cancel. So now let me see what I'm at on here. Create. Upload. Nah, this ain't. Why this ain't the upload. This ain't the one I need to upload on. What do you want?
Mute yourself.
Come on. Let me just go with this man. I'm just handling your business. I got mine. I ain't worried about that. Ain't nobody on there. No, shit. I got worried about that. Man, someone come on here. I'm still listening.
You're still recording.